Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Day on the Region Sports Network as Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point presents the 2025 Class 4A Baseball Regional Championship. Streaming live on the IHSAA Champions Network, we come to you today from the Steel Yard in Gary, home of the Railcats, as the Valparaiso Vikings take on the Crown Point Bulldogs for the Class 4A Baseball Regional Championship. I'm Chris Ramirez. I'll have the play-by-play for today's broadcast, and joining me with all the color analysis, the coach himself, Jimmy McCormick. What's up, pal?
What's up, Chris? How's it going? Beautiful day for baseball here at the Steel Yard. It's no better place for a regional action between two highly powered teams.
Pretty good crowd on hand. We got green to our left, and we've got red to our right. Just about time for the national anthem, which today will be brought to us by our friends at Bada Boom Fireworks in DeMott and Lowell. There you have it, the national anthem, courtesy today of Bada Boom Fireworks, with stores in Lowell and DeMott. Got less than a month until the 4th of July, so we're going to tell you a lot today about Bada Boom, the place to get your 4th of July celebration goods, and more of that to come as we go. Right now, though, we want to focus on the game in front of us. Crown Point is the home team in the white uniforms with the red outline. Valparaiso, they will be in the first base dugout as the visiting team, or third base dugout rather, as the visiting team. They have the green uniforms, of course, with the white trim. Got Adam Karchoff on the camera with Zach, the one and only Miller, on production here for us. Mike Dewan and Justin Cole are back in the studio handling details on a number of things, including the hometown scoreboard, courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. We'll have that for you all day long, updating scores as they go, and later with the finals. We've also got Crown Point playing down at Lafayette Harrison today. That game underway right now, the semi-state for girls softball. So a big day for Crown Point sports, a big year for Crown Point sports, and, well, for that matter, a big decade for Crown Point sports. They've been on a roll, and this year, no exception, Jimmy.
Yeah, they're absolutely rolling. Big time run in the basketball this year, in addition to their football run on the boys' side.
Now that said, they haven't won a baseball regional. They've been here a few times. They've got and they've won these in the past, but it's been a while. You got to go back to 2011 for Crown Point.
Yeah, 2011 is the last time they were able to win a baseball regional. I was kind of surprised to see that, just as well as I was surprised when doing the research this morning, seeing Valpo hasn't won a baseball regional ever, which was the craziest thing I think I came across today when doing some research for this game.
Yeah, I was kind of blown away when you mentioned that. I'd never realized it, but now that I think about it, in my quarter of a century doing this, I don't recall having called the Valparaiso Regional Championship. And then before that, you got to go back. It was the LaPorte era of domination, who would have stopped a lot of teams from the Northwest Indiana when it got to that round. So,
right.
But who knows? Maybe today they will make history. The regional now, the last few years, just a one-game event. So winner take all here today. They move on to semi-state, and we are set here as Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point presents the first pitch. There it is, down low for a ball. We're underway. We'll give you, Jimmy, do you have the starting lineup here? The Great Lakes Sports Hub starting lineup, if you will, for the Valparaiso Vikings?
I do. For Valpo, they are leading off here with a PNW commit, Gabe Bush, the center fielder, followed by their shortstop, Trent Gill. First baseman, Trevor Fenters, hits third. Caden Crowell, their starting pitcher for today, is hitting fourth. Adler Holtz, the third baseman, batting fifth. Max Ream, the catcher, batting sixth. DJ Malloy, playing second base, hitting seventh. Drayden Wilcox, DHing for the left fielder, Nate Simpson. And batting ninth is Matt Savanich, Matt Savanich, playing right field for the Valparaiso Vikings.
All right, we'll set now the defensive alignment for you here momentarily. There's a smash.
Dave Bush rips one into the gap, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to roll for a while. Could be a double. It looks like it will be. He'll dive in head first. And that's going to be a leadoff double for the Valparaiso Vikings. Gabe Bush starts things off the way you'd like if you're wearing green today. Before we get to the next hitter, let's take a look here at the Economy Electric Heating and Cooling first pitch forecast. Partly cloudy here in the downtown Gary area for most of the day. Right now, upper 60s, chance in the lower 70s coming up as we go through the day. Northeast winds 7 to 10 miles an hour, so that means coming in over the right field wall, but really not too strong right now. Coming to the plate here, it looks like
number
Trent
2.
Gill. Right-handed hitter. I have trouble reading my own writing, Jimmy. My own scribbles.
Yep, Trent Gill, IU commit, facing pitcher. We haven't got to talk much about the pitchers out there in the defensive alignment. This game started to move really fast here. But Logan Cotton, the starting pitcher for Crown Point, is an IU commit. Trent Gill, the shortstop here for Valpo, an IU commit. So two future teammates going at it here.
All right, the Crown Point defensive alignment looks like this. Noah Ehrlich, Brody Langens, and Mick Wagner are the outfielders, left, center, and right. Set the infield for you after this pitch. Here it comes. Down low for a ball. Linus Sheridan, Billy Chidsey, Caden Matuzak, and Jackson Alexander make up the infield third to first with the battery of Logan Cotton and Sean Dunlap. And we will give you a look here coming up between innings at the Enigenberg Home Improvement Hurlers for today's game. We'll compare both of these two. A lot going on here as we get started. Nice crowd on hand at the Steel Yard.
I know, covering a lot of Duneland Athletic Conference baseball, the Region Sports Network, we tend to see quite a bit of great pitching matchups, as we saw a nice throw behind there by the catcher Sean Dunlap, almost caught Gabe Bush walking back to second base.
The first pitch forecast today brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Thanks to Dave Rivera, the owner of Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Dave's been with us now for about 8 years, and we appreciate the support. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed, but it looks like a drop third. It will be safe all around. Runners at first and third. A huge break for the Valparaiso Vikings.
Yeah, it's a big-time break for Valpo there. I'm sure not much gets away from Sean Dunlap. He's the number one rated catcher by Prep Baseball America in the country, or Prep Baseball Report in the entire country. So that's a kind of a little bit of a wild pitch there. It was hard for him to get to that. And now we got Trent Gill on first, Gabe Bush on third, and Trevor Fenters coming up for the Valpo Vikings.
Jimmy, is it any more difficult for a catcher back there when the batter's swinging?
I don't know if that affects them too much because they see it so often, but those pitches like that.
Look out.
Tough.
No, throw down to first, gets away on a bad bounce. I say, oh no, I mean if you're a Crown Point fan, that's so good if you're a Valpo fan. Yeah. That is going to be, that's going to have to be an E2.
That has to be an E2, I would agree.
Throw was down. And then just took an unfortunate bounce straight up and over the first baseman. So now Dunlap goes out and has a word with his pitcher. Boy, worst case scenario if you're the Bulldogs here.
Yeah, that's not a great defensive start for the Bulldogs. You give up a hit to the first hitter, not a big deal, but then you have the wild pitch followed by the 2 on the throw down to first. It's not what you would like to see if you're a Crown Point fan.
Yeah, making matters worse for themselves. Grounder to third. Checks the runner back, throw to first in time. Crown Point manages the first out there. That's Trevor Fenners. Score that 5-3 on the put out. And this will bring up Caden Crowell, the pitcher in today's ball game, a left-handed hitter.
Really good job there by Linus Chariton, the third baseman for Crown Point. Looking back, Trent Gill there to second base, getting the throw back down to first and keeping that guy at 2.
1 down in the inning, cleanup hitter up.
That is Caden Crowell. Caden Crowell, our pitcher for Valpo today, and a Notre Dame commit.
A lot of big-time names here in the early going of this one, as Jimmy will mention any more that as they come up. But, a lot of young talent in this game here today. The future is bright for a number of players here.
Absolutely. Some juniors who are these committed type of guys. Some are seniors, so we'll kind of talk about those as we get through the game. We'll talk about a bunch about all these guys who are playing here today.
Two balls, no strikes. Logan Cotton from the stretch checks the runner at second. Very deliberate here. Now comes the pitch. Fouled back into the luxury box seats here in the second upper deck, rather, of U.S. Steel Yard. Opened in 2003. To a lot of fanfare. Railcats have had their ups and downs through the years. Unfortunately, the neighborhood never got built up around it, and that was, I think, really one of the goals when they got started with this, was to kind of make this a little destination area. Hopefully that'll still happen.
Yeah, beautiful place to come see a baseball game. It's really fun when you come out to a Railcats game. Very affordable, good time with the family.
Right back this way, but the screen takes it. Otherwise, Jimmy'd be diving out of the way, or either that or catching it.
I would have had that. I was ready, right at me.
Counts even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got 1 on and 1 out. Fly ball, pretty well hit. That's going to go over the left fielder's head all the way to the wall. Another run will score. It'll be a stand-up double and an RBI for Crowell. Boy, Jimmy, they had him played wrong on that one.
Yeah, really good.
Left fielder was in shallow.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting there by Crowell. I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily been that shallow. Noah Ehrlich took an immediate drop step, though, and sprinted after it because he knew it was hit well over his head. He took off running after it, but he just unfortunately couldn't get there to it, if you're a Crown Point Bulldog fan. But if you're a Valpo fan, they're grateful he didn't make it there.
Well, yeah, he hit that in the perfect spot in the stadium. I mean, you had the left fielder was in shallow and just jammed it right down left field, right over his head, all the way to the warning track.
Looks like his courtesy runner is number 17 for Valpo. Logan Dilly is their courtesy runner for Caden Crowell because he's the pitcher. The 5-hitter now is Adler Holtz, a Florida Southern commit, a Division II baseball program down in the Sunshine State.
A long first inning here. Still only 1 out. Fouled back. 0-1 the count. Maybe the first time here that Cotton has been ahead of a hitter.
He's up 0-2 fast. It was a quick 2 pitches. Quick 2 pitches here to go up 0-2 on Holtz. But you're correct. This is probably the best he's attacked a guy so far.
Kicking the pitch. Up high. The hitter doesn't chase. 1-2 the count. Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics, and they say go Bulldogs today, baseball and softball. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, and providing the best in city services and encouraging smart growth. Enjoy live music steps from downtown Crown Point on select dates. The free summer concert series returns to Bulldog Park this week. For a complete setup, visit crownpoint.info/SCS. Down the right field line, that's going to slice foul and out of play. Count is 1-2.
Valpo hitter's doing a real good job of making them work here. Holtz is making Cotton, even after getting ahead, have to throw a lot of strikes, stay in the zone, and he's fighting pitches off to extend his at bat and end Logan Cotton's pitch count.
Here's the pitch. Inside, right on the outside, right on the inside corner at the knees for strike 3. The second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Max Ream.
Max Ream, a Wingate commit, another Division II baseball commit, hitting .350 on the year. Looking to add to his RBI total of 24 as well.
There's a pitch over for a strike. Cotton maybe starting to find his rhythm out there.
Yeah, he's starting to work ahead, and that's always a good place to be as a starting pitcher. Starting to work that breaking ball a little bit. I can't tell from my angle if that's a looks kind of like a slider type deal, but could be a curveball that he's working in there on the inside corner of these hitters.
Either way, it's a good-looking pitch, and it's got him ahead 0-2 here with 2 out and a runner in scoring position. Let's see what happens. Here comes a pitch. Fouled back right on it, just missed it.
They keep making them work, Chris. They keep making them work by fighting pitches off even when they get behind here.
Yeah, extremely long first inning. I don't have the pitch count, but it's been going a while.
Yeah, I know they'll announce the pitch count, 6 hitters in. We started probably a little bit ahead of time. Probably We're at about an 11-minute inning so far.
Looks that way, yep. Fly ball. Oh, check that pop-up. Third baseman looking for it way up there. I had trouble seeing it as well. Third baseman grabs it. That's Lucas Sheridan, and the inning is retired, but not before the Vikings played a couple of runs. They do it on just one base hit. There was also an error and a wild pitch in that inning. We're going to keep it right here, Zach, because we got some catching up to do. Our score, 2-0 at the end of 1/2 inning of play. We'll give you the Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order for Crown Point. You got that handy, Jimmy?
Yeah, I do. Here we go.
Let's run through that right now, courtesy of our friends at Great Lakes Sports Hub. More than a dome over there.
Leading off for Crown Point, number 17, Caden Matusak, the second baseman. 2-hitter is number 6, Noah Ehrlich, the left fielder. Senior shortstop, number 16, Billy Chidsey, hitting third. Sean Dunlap, the catcher, hitting fourth. Jace Horton hitting fifth, DHing for the pitcher Logan Cotton, hitting fifth. Jackson Alexander's the 6th hitter playing first base. Mick Wagner is the right fielder hitting 7th. Linus Charlton, who just caught that pop-up, playing third base, hitting 8th. And Brody Langhans is playing center field and batting 9th for the Crown Point Bulldogs.
All right, thank you very much. And again, that's courtesy of the Great Lakes Sports Hub in Crown Point. From batting cages to the Hub Pub Cafe to a go-kart track, the Great Lakes Sports Hub has it all. They're at 1301 Maryville Road in Crown Point. A lot of people involved in that, but a name a lot of people know, Bobby Morris over there is one of them. Yeah, Bobby went to school with your dad, coach. By the way. His brother, I should say. His brother Hal went to school with your dad. There was always a question, coming out when Bobby got out of high school, is who was better, Bobby or Hal at the high school level? I know Bobby holds a few more records than Hal does, but obviously Hal had the career in the major leagues that included a World Series.
Yep.
So he did pretty well for himself, and you know what? Bobby's doing okay, too.
No, definitely. Bobby, I know Bobby's done some impressive things at high school, college, and, throughout minor league baseball as well. Had a great career. I know baseball, region-wise, I've heard some wild stories. I know my dad told me one about him hitting one of the farthest home runs he's ever seen hit as Caden Matusak comes up here to start off the bottom of the first for the Crown Point Bulldogs.
Yep, and today's game brought to you by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. I'm looking for there we go, the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers swung on, fouled back. Our two pitchers for today, Caden Crowell for Valpo and Logan Cotton for Crown Point. What can you tell us, Jimmy?
So Caden Crowell has 7 appearances on the year, a .41 ERA, he's 4-0. Hitters are only hitting 104 off of him, getting on base at a 156 rate. 34 inning pitch, 67 strikeouts, 5 walks is Caden Crowell. Again, Notre Dame commit. Obviously, they're ace and trying to win Valpo's first regional.
When you think about Notre Dame baseball and Valpo baseball, what's the name that you connect there? Do you have anything in mind, Jimmy?
Jeff Samardzija.
Absolutely, yep. Jeff Samardzija, far better known as a baseball player or a football player coming out of high school. And in college, he had a great football career. And, of course, baseball flies a little bit more under the radar than football at the college level.
Yep.
So a lot of people were surprised, myself included, when the Cubs picked him with the number 5 pick. Well, actually, it was the 5th round, I believe. Not the 5th. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But still, even that, I was surprised to see him go that high, but he did end up with a pretty long career.
Yeah, he played a pretty solid baseball career, obviously. People always question, what would he have done as a receiver? I'm sure he answers that question too much for his liking, I would bet.
I actually asked him that myself one time, and I'll give you that answer coming up here as time is called. I asked him that, and his answer to me was, well, I think I peaked at football in college, and I thought I had my best baseball still ahead of me. So
okay.
He didn't think he was going to get any better in the pros, and certainly you would need to going from college to the NFL.
No, absolutely.
And he felt he had reached his pinnacle as a football player. And not to mention that the Cubs were throwing an awful lot of money at him to not go over the middle and get hit by linebackers and safeties.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's easy.
You get a longer career in baseball, you make more money, and you don't get hit as bad. Line drive smash to the first baseman. What a catch. DJ Malloy. Some of the best hands in the business right there. That's a play to remember. The best hands in the business, our friends at Bricklayers Local 4. If you want to find out how to start your career as a bricklayer, visit BAC Local 4 to find out more. 1 down in the inning.
Yeah, Caden Matusak, good piece of hitting there by the Michigan baseball commit. Speaking of Bobby and Hal Morris. Hal, I know, is a Michigan baseball player. As Noah Ehrlich, a Miami of Ohio football commit, takes strike 1 on the outside corner from Caden Crowell.
One of the great high school football careers of all time belongs to Noah Ehrlich. Yeah, excellent baseball player as well. But again, the crowds that came to see him play football will remember that for a long time. Both his first 2 years at Hobart were very good, and then he got even better in his last 2 years, which were here at Crown Point.
No, absolutely.
I mean, for one thing, how many guys get a 4-year starting career at the high school level in any sport, let alone football in the Duneland? The second 2 were in the Duneland. The first 2 were in the NCC with Hobart. But either way, at the quarterback position, no less, Jimmy.
Right. You go NCC and then Duneland, and you play quarterback for 4 years. That's a pretty impressive resume.
Yeah,
in itself, let alone all the accomplishments he's done with team and individual at both places.
Absolutely. A name that will be remembered and talked about for a long time. Noah Ehrlich. Let's see what he can do here with his team down 2-0 and looking for a base runner. Big swing, fouls it off. We got Zach Miller to my right helping me with the scorebook. You any good at that, Zach? Are you learning as you go?
I know a little bit.
Okay.
Speaking of scorebook, I'll help you out with that top of the first. They had 2 runs and 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on base, 1 run.
There's a pitch with a lot of movement, and I think he got the better of Ehrlich there. He just couldn't pull the trigger on it. He goes down. Strike 3 looking. That's a backward K. Zach's got that in the book. He knows his stuff. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter,
Billy Chidsey, the shortstop, on PNW commit, hitting .487 this year, getting on base .604. Had a heck of an offensive season here in the Duneland Conference.
There's a pitch over for strike one. The left-handed Crowell going right after these hitters. Whoa, look out inside. 1-1 to count. Set the defense for you. Nate Simpson, Gabe Bush, and Matt Savanich? Matt Savanich. Sorry about that, Matt. Matt Savanich. Outfield left to right. Adler Holtz, Trent Gill, DJ Malloy, and Trevor Fenners are the infielders from third to first, with Caden Crowell, the lefty, on the mound. And Max Ream behind the plate today. There's a pitch fouled off.
Got Chidsey in a 2-2 count here, lefty on lefty matchup.
Good day for baseball out here, but you know what, Jimmy? We were talking before, we don't know if it's just overcast or hazy today, or if this is the Canadian wildfires that are taking the blue sky out of it here for us, but a bit of a different look to the sky out there.
Yeah, I didn't even honestly know there was anything going on with fires until recently. I think it was sometime a few days ago I read something about it, and then kind of have seen the sky like this for the last few days, and I think that's what we're working with.
There's a pretty well hit ball to right, near the line. The right fielder running over. That's Savanich, and he makes the catch going into the wall for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and therefore nobody left on base. We're through one complete. It's late. Valpo 2, I'll get it right. Valpo 2, Crown Point nothing here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
And we return to U.S. Steel Yard, game day in the region, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. We broke down the two starters in that previous half inning. That's part of the Enigenberg's Exteriors Home Improvement Hurler segment. Enigenberg, experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. How about that? Tennessee as well. If you're down in the volunteer state, look up Enigenberg. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com.
I know with that intro, Chris, we weren't able to talk much about Logan Cotton this year. 12 appearances, 1.37 ERA, went 8-1. 51 innings pitched, 69 Ks and 17 walks. Opponents have hit 158 off of him and got on base at a 245 rate. Really good pitching matchup we have here.
He is the Enigenberg Home Improvement Hurler today for Steve Strayer. Hey, what happened here?
Got hit by the pitch, it looks like.
Wow. Okay. Another good start to the inning if you're Valpo.
Drayden Wilcox, the DH, coming to the plate now. After DJ Malloy got hit by the pitch.
Good lead over at first. Pitch upstairs for a ball. Noah Ehrlich, Brody Langens, and Mick Wagner are the outfielders. Left, center, and right today. for Steve Strayer's Bulldogs. Fouled out of play right side. Lucas Sheridan, Billy Chidsey, Caden Matuzik, and Jackson Alexander are the infielders for Steve Strayer from third to first. The battery mates today, the right-hander Logan Cotton, and the catcher back there is Sean Dunlop.
One count and see if Cotton's going to keep working in that zone like he was at the end of the first inning.
Isn't there a Dunlop on the softball team for Crown Point as well? There is. Are they related? Do you know?
I do not know. I wouldn't be surprised, though.
I wouldn't either, and that would be an interesting thing. Parents got to kind of figure out what to do today if that's the case.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
a nice problem to have as a parent, but a problem nonetheless. Both of my kids are playing in semi-state today. And, of course, I don't know if they're related or not, but that would be.
Yeah, you got regional and a semi-state, right?
Yep.
And
yeah, that's right. Semi-state for the girls, correct. Yep.
If, one parent's going to have to miss game one, maybe to be out here and support Sean. If that's the case, again, we're not sure, but
maybe sitting down there watching that one with this one here on the live stream.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you are watching from down there, thank you for doing so. There's a bunt out in front of the plate. It's a good bunt. Oh, my. Once again, a case of what can go wrong is going wrong for Crown Point. One of the best teams in the state this year. You just don't expect something like that to happen on a ball 30 feet from home plate.
No, Drayden Wilcox reaching first on the communication error between the catcher and third baseman for Crown Point. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, going to lead to a first and second situation. And with the 9-hitter coming up, I'm sure that's why Coach is calling timeout, because we're probably going to see another bunt situation here, and they probably want to be very clear on what the plan is.
Yeah, I would expect the bunt here, and then what you want to do if you're Valpo is turn it over to the top of the lineup. You're willing to sacrifice that one out from the 9-hitter.
Yep.
And, yeah, right now, if you're Crown Point, you really got to sort of get your, you're obviously a good ball club. The talent is there. This isn't a question of the talent right now. This is something else, Jimmy, and they got to get that together.
No, right. Crown Point swept Valpo in the season series this year. Won a game 6-2 and another one 1-0 in 8 innings. So they had to feel they liked their chances coming in. They're just playing a little jittery right now and making mistakes. And like you said, they got to clean that up if they want to win their first regional in a really long time.
Yep, they do have to clean it up. It's been a sloppy couple of first innings in a number of different ways. It wasn't just this most recent play here. Third baseman in even with the grass. Middle infielder's shaded towards second. First baseman behind the runner. He charges.
Yes, he did.
Pitch is over for a strike. Long look at second. Here's the pitch. Misses on the bunt, and the throw goes down to second, but the runner gets back in. 0-2 the count now.
Yeah, he's got to stop reaching at that bunt. He's got to let the ball kind of travel, see it, and then go up and down with that barrel. And didn't do a good job on those last 2 attempts.
Oh, no. Crown Point just having all kinds of things go wrong for him. That one down low. I'm thinking that might be a pass ball, Jimmy, but you make the call.
No, I would agree with you on that one.
Catcher's got to get in front of that, right? He looked sort of like
it wasn't even necessarily he had to get in front of it. He just had to catch it. It hit his glove. It looked like he got his glove on it easily. He just didn't have his glove all the way on the ground, didn't scoop it properly if you're going to backhand as a catcher. And
that's the new thing now. Catchers like to backhand it more so than drop to their knees and move over. And, yeah, you're right. If you're going to do that, you got to come up with the ball.
Right. This is a really good catcher, you know what I mean? I doubt much gets past a guy that's rated as the #1 catcher in the country for all juniors. I just think that was just kind of a, inattentive mistake that he doesn't normally make.
There's just not a good time for it.
Oh, right, absolutely.
That puts runners at second and third now. There is nobody out. There are nobody out. The number 9 hitter. You're obviously going to take the bunt off with 2 strikes. So he'll swing away here. And he'll swing and miss for strike 3. First out of the inning. And now we'll turn the lineup over. Gabe Rush, the center fielder, comes up.
Gabe Bush, sorry.
Gabe Bush, I'm sorry.
That's my handwriting. That's tough to read. That's my bad. It is Gabe Bush. Let us off with a double in the first inning.
Infield still in on the left side. Same with the first baseman. Second baseman's back a little bit on the dirt. Obviously, if you're Crown Point, the goal here is to cut down the runner at home.
Yeah, second baseman's probably a little bit more back because if Bush gets a hold of one, he's got a little bit of a better chance to make a play on it and still get a throw towards home.
Ground ball smash, gets right past the shortstop into left. 1 run will score. It's 3-0 now, Valpo. Runners at the corners and only 1 out. Trent Gill will be the hitter.
Really good piece of hitting by Gabe Bush. Not trying to do too much with it. Saw the fastball away. Took it away with just a ground ball base hit between short and third. And got another run on the board for the Valpo Vikings. See how Crown Point handles the first and third situation with 1 out.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Fastball over for strike 1. Valpo up early in this, looking for their first ever IHSAA Baseball Regional Championship. Out of play upstairs.
That research was coming straight from the IHSAA's regional champions list that they have on the website. So
yeah, if you're a former Valpo player listening in and saying, hey, wait a minute, we won one, well, then you got to let the IHSAA know so they can update their website.
Somebody forgot to tell the IHSAA that you guys won one, so you should probably let them know.
Check swing for a strike.
And that's strike 3.
Gill is retired. Second out of the inning. If you're Crown Point and you can get out of this with just 1 run, you'll take it. This had big inning written all over it 2 at-bats ago.
Oh, absolutely.
We got Trevor Fenners up now. Highland and Andrean coming up next. That game scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. Jimmy, you've got an interest in that one. Here's the pitch.
Yeah, no, my son's on the roster. We probably won't get much action with the Highland Trojans, if any, today against the Andrean 59ers, but enjoying the ride that he gets the opportunity to take with the squad who was able to win their first sectional in 25 years.
Fly ball, left field. Ehrlich breaks back, now has to come in. Keeps coming in, the wind blows it in. And then he makes the catch to retire the side for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before Valpo scores another one. They do it with a base hit, and I think there was 1 error or 2 errors.
It looked like I had 1 base hit, and I would say 1 error in the inning.
Okay, well, either way, it's 3-0. Valpo leads Crown Point. We're back after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Ennigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. We're celebrating 25 years, and we're proud to still be the only game in town. But we are much more than just a game. Much more than just a game. All right, we go to the bottom of the second here, and a bit of a surprise, Jimmy, 3-0. Not a surprise necessarily that Valpo's grabbed the lead over Crown Point, but kind of the way they've done it here. Crown Point's given them what everything Valpo's gotten has been courtesy of Crown Point. Yeah, Valpo's got a few hits. I would call, I guess, 2 of their runs you would consider earned, but they're getting free bases, right, in order to get those earned runs. One of them unearned on the air down on the throw down to first base that we had early. But yeah, making it easy on Valpo to score runs on a pitcher. It's not very easy to score runs on. The scoreboard has Crown Point listed with 4 errors. I have 2 in a wild pitch and a pass ball. So I don't know if they're counting all of those, but several misplays. Right. I don't know if they counted the play in front of the plate as an error or not. How did we score that? I did mark. So it was still a sack bunt, but I marked an error for it because on the sack bunt you should still get an out at first, right? So it's still like an E2, E5 situation, whoever you'd like to blame it on. And you look at you talked about the earned runs versus unearned here. Either way you look at it, if Crown Point executes properly, Valpo has no runs. Right, no runs, maybe a run. If I look back and kind of do some investigating in the first inning, see if maybe they would have been able to, after the double, you probably would have got one because Caden Crowell had a double too. So you had 2 doubles in the inning. Here's another drop third. This time it'll be retired at first. That's Ehrlich. Oh, no, that was Dunlap. My bad, Dunlap, yep, sorry. Dunlap. They have the similar hair, I think. That's what I saw, yep. Yeah. Sean Dunlap led off the inning there, the Tennessee commit. And I'll be honest, 200 feet away is a bit of a blur for these eyes. Mm-hmm. That's all I saw was the hair at that point. There's a line smash up the middle. Crown Point's going to have a base runner. Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by Jace Horton, the DH for leadoff base hit right back up the middle. That'll bring up Jackson Alexander now as Crown Point looks to get something going. And they need something here. They need a spark. That dugout, you can tell, they're a little frustrated over there. Oh, yeah, they're definitely flustered. Got 2 really good hitters to strike out. A good piece of hitting by Matusek and Chidsey that ended up in outs. So that dugout's probably flustered. Ground ball to second base here. Flip to second for 1. Throw over to first. Not in time. 4-6 on the putout. Yeah. 2 out now in the inning. Mick Wagner. Yep. Right fielder. Yeah, Crown Point in the middle of the batting order here with that run on. You're really hoping to get something going, but now with 2 out, it's going to be a little tougher. Absolutely. Missed out on the last 3 hitters. Jace Horton's going to play D3 baseball at the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Jackson Alexander going to Lakeland, which is a junior college. And Mick Wagner playing Concordia, going to Concordia, which is another Division III baseball program. Here's a pitch. Inside part of the plate for a strike. Going to engineering school. And, oh, by the way, I'm also going to play a little baseball, too. Hey, not bad, huh? Not bad for a kid 18 to 22 years old. No, enjoy it. Yep. Come out of there with an engineering degree. Yeah. What a nice line of work to get into. I would have got into engineering, but I had no idea what it was when I was in high school, so I still don't, to be honest with you. What's an engineer do, Jimmy? There's all kinds of different types of engineers out there, so depending on the field of expertise, they do all kinds of things. There's a pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. The inning is over. More frustration for the Bulldogs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the third. It's 3-0 Valpo here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Maryville, Michigan City, and in Highland. So, hey, you've still got time. It's not 2 o'clock yet. You still got 24 minutes. Give them a call. Get insured. Don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers. The inning is underway. There's a base hit into the gap in right field. It's going to be a leadoff double.
Second double for Caden Crowell.
Caden Crowell, 2 doubles in the ball game. You might see him on the list of peak performers sponsored by Powering Indiana this week.
I wouldn't be surprised if you do.
Steve Strayer takes a walk out to the bump here. He's going to have a talk with his infielders. What's going on in this conversation, you think, Jimmy?
Probably telling those guys to stay focused, be prepared for when the ball comes to you, what play are we going to make? Maybe even, there's the switch to take Logan Cotton out of the ball game.
How about that? If you're Valpo, you got to feel real good about yourself knocking out a D1 commit like that early in the ball game.
Yeah, no, very interesting to see that they made this switch early. But, like you said, if you're Valpo, you got to feel really good about getting to Crown Point. I would assume this is their second best pitcher they have. I think this is the young man that won the sectional championship against Lake Central. I'm trying to catch a number here. It should be, I believe it's number 22, Logan Johnston.
It is correct, Jimmy.
Yep. The PA.
Yep.
I know he was the winning pitcher in the sectional championship the other night against Lake Central, out at Lake Central. So I know Logan's got to be one of their top 2 to 3 guys on the roster as far as their pitching's concerned.
Well, they'll be looking for a blue-collar type performance out of him coming in relief today. And we have a blue-collar award to give out after the ball game. It's sponsored by Boilermakers Local 374, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's for the guy out there doing the hard work, the tough stuff, the stuff that doesn't get recognized quite as much. You don't have to have the greatest stat line in the world, but you got to do the little things that helps your team, and that's what our blue-collar award is. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
I do a little bit of research real quick on Logan Johnson. He's also an IU baseball commit, so they replaced one with another. To try to go out here and, like you said, get a blue-collar performance out here today to keep Crown Point in this regional championship.
Yep, blue-collar, we say that because he's going to need to be tough here. He's in a tough situation and really can't afford to let Valparaiso score any more runs. You got a guy in scoring position with nobody out. In the top of the lineup. Where are we at in the lineup? Middle of the lineup?
Middle of the lineup. Five-hitter Adler Holtz. He struck out his last time. Worked a really good at-bat before the strikeout, and Cotton got him looking.
Our coverage today of both Crown Point baseball and softball teams is courtesy of Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Region Sports Network, look me up, 219-588-1984. You can call or you can text if you just want information. There's no obligation. A couple of months from now, we'll be starting our football coverage. And nobody has a bigger audience on Friday nights than the Region Sports Network does, so your business can be a part of that. Again, my number, 219-588-1984. We can tailor-make something, or you can pick something right off the list. It's entirely up to you. Here comes the 0-2. Inside for a ball, 1-2.
Johnson doing a good job of starting ahead early with the first hitter he gets the opportunity to face.
Here comes the 1-2. That's a base hit into left. The runner comes around third. They're going to hold him. Now he's going to go as Ehrlich bobbles the ball. Here's the throw home. Safe at home. The left fielder didn't come up clean with it. It bounced away from him. The runner had been held at third. That's going to go as an E7.
Yep, so base hit and then E7 to advance the runner to second base and the run to score.
Yep, no RBI on that. Crown Point gives him the run.
I'm a nice scorekeeper, Chris. I give people RBIs for those.
Okay, all right, you can.
You got to hit the ball out there for the kid to even misplay it.
Well, here's why I didn't, though. I specifically saw the third base coach hold him up.
Yeah, and he was going to.
After the ball got away is when they.
Right. No, he was absolutely going to hold. He went with the hold, and then sent him. Really good piece of coaching and base running by Valpo.
And you know what? For our audience who's listening, kind of wondering what the difference might be, an RBI there. If you give the hitter an RBI, it's then charged as a earned run towards the pitcher.
Correct.
So you kind of got to choose one or the other, But either way, the run scores, and that's all that really matters in the regional championship, not statistics.
Right, exactly.
But it's 4-0 now. And all kinds of unexplainable missed plays by Crown Point today. This is an outstanding baseball team. At 27-4, I believe, was their campaign record during the regular season. An outstanding, and a bunch of guys moving on to the next level. This is a great program, a great team.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
A great season they've had. So to see this here is surprising.
Yeah, no, just see the at this point the physical and mental errors that they've kind of made at this point are very shocking. Of as you said, a 27-4 team, and now you're down 4 runs to a guy that has an ERA well below 1. That's almost below half. Well, it's below half a run, so that's a very tough place to be in if you're the Crown Point Bulldogs now.
My prediction coming in was 2-1. I thought whoever wins is going to do a 2-1. It's going to be a pitcher's duel. Ground ball to third, throw over to first. Scooped out in time for the out. Even when Crown Point gets the out, they're a little bumpy doing it. That was not smooth, but they do get the out. The first of the inning. The runner stays at second. That's going to bring up
DJ Malloy, the first baseman for Valpo.
DJ Malloy. Ehrlich, Langens, and Wagner are the outfielders left to right. Sheridan, Chisney, Matuzik, and Alexander are the infielders third to first. Johnston in relief, and Sean Dunlop behind the plate. That ball misses strike one.
Logan Cotton's final line for the game, Chris, because now that runner on second base is no longer Logan Cotton's responsibility. Logan Cotton, 2 innings pitched, 13 hitters faced, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 errors made by Crown Point at the time he was in, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Tough to have no walks and you get pulled in the second inning of a game, but Valpo was starting to see his pitches really well and put some good bats on the ball against him.
Yeah, just really a tough start to this ball game all around. I mean, the missed plays, like you said, the mental and the physical errors. I mean, wild pitches, drop third strikes, pass balls. It's just been a case of if it could go wrong, it has gone wrong already.
Yep.
And Crown Point, because of that, now is in a big-time hole facing a pitcher who doesn't give up. I don't know, has he ever given up 4 runs in a game? I don't know.
I would highly doubt that he's ever given up more than 2 2 to 3 runs in a high school game that he's been a part of.
I told my, I got asked this morning, what do I think? I said, it's going to be a quick game. It's going to be a pitcher's duel. It'll be 2-1, one way or another. And it was 2-0 at the end of the first.
Right, and they've only Valpo has hit extremely well, just extending at bats now, drawing their first walk of the game here, putting balls in play, and they've found gaps because of just the way it's worked out for them. But man, if Valpo just keeps swinging, they can kind of do something really surprising and put even more runs on the board here against a really good pitching staff of Crown Point, which
we've talked a lot about what Crown Point has done to allow Valpo to be in this position, but Valpo's put themselves, they've taken advantage of everything Crown Point has done, and they're the ones that have been very aggressive out here today.
As I said, every time you have a hit marked down, an error kind of follows after, at some point, but it's not on a hit, a batted ball. You know what I mean? Just a misplayed on something. I think the error Noah just made out there and left was probably the only one on a ball that was put in play where some kind of mistake happened, or that and the bunt, were the two that I saw with the ball put in play.
And Ehrlich probably trying to come up throwing there is my guess.
And you wanted to be, prepared and ready to throw, but at the same time, that ball's hit pretty hard. The guy didn't get a great jump off a second, kind of just being aware of all that as well. He doesn't know that the coach is holding him, right? He's just got to make the clean play. Oh,
time is called.
It's a late timeout.
That was late, yep. Actually benefits the pitcher, though, in that case. That pitch was outside.
Yeah, and sometimes, people that are fans of the person batting, when they don't get granted timeout, wonder, oh, hey, he called timeout. Well, it doesn't mean the umpire has to grant it.
Right.
I don't think they understand that part of the rule.
Yeah, I think it really, the umpires I've talked to, it really comes down to where they are with, is the pitcher set to throw?
Right.
If he is, then it's too late.
Right. And there's a timing thing with it, right? Umps are kind of aware, if he's set, ready, and he's kind of, checking runners a lot or doing things that take a while, they'll grant those timeouts. But
that you can do, right.
I don't think that one was kind of quick, so I don't know if I would have necessarily granted that one, but
here's the 1-2. Fouled back. Yeah, Valpo's done a great job today just making contact. A lot of foul balls, things put in play, just making Crown Point work for everything, making their pitchers throw.
They've so far only struck out 3 times, and two of them are 4 times. I did miss the Trent Gill first strikeout because I forgot he had a drop third, so I didn't write that one down. But they've struck out 4 times, and all of those at-bats were lengthy at-bats with the exception of Gill's second strikeout. And in all those at-bats, guys are putting balls, they're fouling balls off, they're fighting and putting bats on the ball.
Here's the 1-2. Fly ball, center field. Langens makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Bring up number 8, Matt Savanich.
Now batting for Valpo right fielder, number 8, Matt Savanich.
Johnson started off well, though, in relief. Surrendered the one hit and has a walk so far, but he's only surrendered the one run that is not charged to him.
Good crowd on hand. People keep coming in. Divided in half right behind home plate. Green and white to the left. And red and white to our right. A couple of Duneland schools going at it. Valpo looking for their first ever baseball regional championship victory. Swung on and missed. I will say this, Jimmy, it's a little easier now than it used to be. I know for the longest time, and I don't know how far back, but as long as I've been doing it, the regional was a 2-game affair. You had to, just kind of like that basketball regional, you had 2 sets of a pair of games in the morning, the 2 winners meet at night.
Yep. No, that was how I always remembered it, growing up, playing and, even watching when I was younger than high school age. That was what I always remembered as far as the regional round went, but I know we had the recent change here, so that's as you said. I guess you can say it's easier now, right? Because
it's 1 game fewer, right? Yep, 1 game fewer.
You get your ace out there, and you got 1 game against the other team's ace, and you have the chance to see who the regional winner is. I do kind of like I like it, especially because I know with basketball they do the redraw and all that, so I think that's kind of cool and adds a different element to the postseason here in Indiana. So I don't mind it with baseball, and I know they kind of, I think, mix the bracket around a little bit, so they give people different opportunities to play different regional or semi-state opponents like at different times.
There's a pitch that just missed, and Crown Point not happy. Pitcher and catcher both wanted that for strike 3. So much so that looks like Crown Point's going to call timeout and just kind of reset things after that pitch.
Yeah, now you got bases loaded, 2 outs. You just got to get an out and get out of it with no more damage done.
I think Crown Point feels like they should be out of it right now, and that's the reason for the confab on the mound here, just to kind of, again, reset their mental capacity right now, probably more than anything, right? They look frustrated.
Yeah, and they got to probably have a certain plan that they would like to go after Gabe Bush with, because Gabe Bush and Caden Crowell so far are the only guys in the game that have 2 hits, in their 2 appearances. Bush with a double and a single, and Crowell with 2 doubles, and you have to pitch to one of those guys right now with the bases loaded, and you might want to have a certain plan on how you're going to attack that hitter.
Yep, because really right here what we have, it's already 4-0, and Crown Point is facing a pitcher who's going to go to Notre Dame, so they've already got their back up against the wall.
Right.
Valpo busted open here.
Right, yeah.
We can get ready for the post-game show.
Right, exactly. If Gabe Bush gets a ball to put in the gap, like you said, I'm sure just the entire collection of things. I know Crown Point's got a lot of competitive kids on that roster, but
we're not saying that they're going to roll over and die, but the odds are certainly going to shrink drastically.
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult to score, it's already going to be difficult to score more than 4 runs on a pitcher with the ability that Crowell has. And his pitch count's got to be incredibly low right now. I don't have a number on that, but I know it's got to be down. Oh, that's
Popped
what they
wanted. Second baseman, perfect ending to the inning there if you're Crown Point. Valpo obviously hoping to bust it open, but nonetheless, they scored another one. They've scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. They leave 4-0 here as we go to the bottom of the third on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Summer just got sweeter at Smoothie King of St. John. Introducing 5 new watermelon smoothies. Power Meal Slim Watermelon, Gut Health Watermelon, Hydration Watermelon, the Activation Recovery Watermelon, and the Extreme Watermelon. All here for a limited time only at Smoothie King of St. John. Open 7 days a week. Smoothie King is conveniently located across from Lake Central High School. Stop in today. Smoothie King of St. John.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
But yeah.
And we are back out here. Stay tuned after the ball game. We will name the Ironworkers 395 play of the game. That's courtesy of the Ironworkers at Local 395. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. Jimmy, you ever think about going into the ironworking business?
Me, not my cup of tea.
Not built for iron working?
I used to do utility construction. I met some iron workers, not through my line of work, but just being around the area and meeting some iron workers. And I could not do some of the things that they have done. So credit to them and what they do every day.
My dad's best friend was an iron worker when I was growing up, and he was the coolest of all my dad's friends. To me, that's what I grew up thinking about iron workers. Are they all this cool? We are underway. Who we got leading off here, Jimmy?
This is number 10, Linus Charitz, in the third baseman for Crown Point. He's an Olive Harvey commit, a junior college out of Chicago.
He swings and misses. It's a 1-1 situation now. Four to nothing our score. 1-2 the count now. Valparaiso leads it. Swung on and missed. Strike three. First out of the inning.
Caden Crowell having a nice day on the mound. Looks really comfortable up there, Chris.
Yep. And why not? I mean, he's got a 4-0 lead. I mean, a perfect situation to pitch in if you're him.
No, absolutely.
And Crown Point just doesn't seem like themselves today.
No, the early airs have kind of, it's almost like the jitters have never gone away as a result.
It's taken a toll on their psyche, it seems. Crowell just continues to throw strikes. He works from the stretch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Boy, if you're Crowell, it's like, man, just throw me the ball back. I'm going to get on the rubber. I'm going to throw it again. No need to waste any time in between.
Yeah, he's not wasting anyone's time.
Nope. Check swing. Look down at first. The appeal. No, says the first base umpire. That was close.
Yeah, Valpo fans won't like that, but it was probably the right call.
1-2 the count now. Crown Point gets a break there, but their situation isn't that different. 0-2 to 1-2. Let's see what happens. Fouled out of play. It's going to land over on 5th Avenue somewhere. You young guys know anything about downtown Gary from back in the day at all? Your folks ever tell you about how cool it used to be here?
I've heard stories.
You got to go back. I mean, it's probably more like your grandparents' generation. It's been a while.
That is definitely where I heard things from when I heard anything.
My family, my dad actually grew up right down the street here, 7th and Jefferson. A horseman guy. I was actually born at Mercy Hospital right down the street, so downtown Gary's where I started. Mom lived in an apartment on 4th and Tyler Street, overlooking the mill.
Oh.
That misses.
Barely misses.
Yeah, very close. 2-2. But yeah, there was a time when Gary, Indiana was the center of the Northwest Indiana universe.
Mm-hmm.
Ground ball, shortstop. Can't come up with it. That's going to be an E6. Trent Gill.
Yep, first
couldn't
error.
make a clean play on that, so Crown Point has a base runner. I think they're second of the ball game. Is that right?
That is correct. Their first base runner was last inning. Jace Horton had a base hit, and then Jackson Alexander had a fielder's choice, so he kind of just replaced him. So their only base runner officially has been Jace Horton. Ball one there to Caden Matusak.
Yep, top of the lineup here for Steve Strayer's team.
Bad time to commit an error, obviously. If you're Valpo, you got a good part of the lineup coming up here for Crown Point. See if they can capitalize now.
There is one out in the inning, so a double play would close it out if they could get it.
Big-time Notre Dame-Michigan matchup here.
How about that? My two favorite colleges.
Fun two to follow if you're a Midwest football fan, that's for sure.
There goes the runner. They've got him picked off. Oh, my. Oh, my. Great move by Crowell.
Yeah, really good move.
With that left-hander trickiness coming from the stretch. But that's the thing, too. The base runner is looking directly at the pitcher. So
yeah, no, and it's tough because if you, as a pitcher, if you're allowed that 45-degree angle when you're going towards first if you're a lefty and then third if you're a righty. And Crowell probably used every bit of the 45 degrees you're allowed, and it really throws you off if you're going to move on first move or if you're going to move on, movement forward. Like, that's a tough thing to read as a base runner.
So the mistakes just keep happening here for Crown Point. That's just their second runner of the game they had on, and the last thing you can afford to do is get picked off in that situation. I mean, you've got the top of the lineup, so you got your bottom of the order getting on base for you. That's the break you're looking for.
Right. And that's why I would be willing to bet Coach Strayer was a little upset there as Matusak took ball 3, because I bet he realized, like, he didn't call a steal, right? I would be willing to bet he caught the kid in his secondary. And that's even more frustrating if you're the coach, is you don't need to be in a hurry to go anywhere if you're not stealing.
Right, and I can't imagine down 4-0 with the top of his lineup.
Right.
That he was given the steal sign there.
Coach Strayer's been around a very, very long time. I don't think that was what he was doing, so I think a young man made a mistake. I'm not going to harp on it too long for it, but that's something that...
When you're down multiple runs, the idea is you need base runners.
Right.
So, just an unfortunate situation for Crown Point, but that's the way it's gone today, one after another.
And I mean, honestly, with the situation too, you got the youngest player in Crown Point starting lineup with a sophomore center fielder getting picked off by a Notre Dame commit. I'd be willing to bet one of those guys has played a little bit more baseball than the other up until this point. Just being a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and had a really good move for the young man.
Yeah, it was a great move over there, and I'm sure the base runner learned something from it. That's something you're not soon going to forget. Four to nothing is our score. 4 runs. It's all about fours here. The scoreboard: 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Valpo. No runs, 1 hit, and 4 errors listed for Crown Point. And that's just a phenomenal, such a high total. When was the last time you saw 4 errors in a regional championship?
Yeah, I didn't see 4 errors total happening in the game, let alone we're at 5 between both teams right now. 2-2 count to Ehrlich now, 2 outs, man on first.
Those are close, but not quite, says the home plate umpire.
That was a good one. I thought that was a good one, Chris. I don't know where that one missed.
Looked like maybe it got the front corner of the plate on the outside.
Yeah, and this is why I know Coach Strayer's got to be frustrated, because you could have first and second, right, with a full count and 1 out right now. It's a whole different situation than 2 outs.
Yep. Base hit could put you back in the ball game. Strike 3 looking. What a pitch by Crowell. Completely fooled the hitter, and the inning is over. We're going to go to the 4th. It's 4-0 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
After 3 to score.
IBEW Local 697 isn't just wiring buildings. We're woven into the very fabric of Northwest Indiana. We're your neighbors. Our kids go to school with yours. We stand in the same bleachers cheering for the same high school teams. When you hire a union electrician, you're not just getting the highest quality work. You're supporting our community. IBEW Local 697, proudly powering our own.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schregel, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you can reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. There you see the outfield wall. We'd like to recognize a couple of our sponsors. You see Powering Indiana there on the left, Powering Indiana of Lake County. Jimmy, somebody you were able to help bring on board here for us is one of our sponsors.
Really good sponsor that's taking good care of us, and that we've been able to take good care of them. And
they do a lot in the region. They're all over. It's not just with us. They're here. They're all over. And right next to them, you see Proud to be Union. That is the Ironworkers banner out there, Local 395. Also partners with us, and we thank them as well. We couldn't do all of this if we didn't have the sponsors and the local advertisers that come through the way they do for us. First pitch grounded back to the pitcher. That'll be a 1-3 put out there. About as easy as it gets for Crown Point on that one.
And a quick start to the top of the fourth.
Let's take a look at the hometown scoreboard, courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Crown Point leads Fort Wayne Carroll 1-0 in the top of the fifth in the softball Class 4A semi-state. That is down at Harrison. Crown Point is the home team in that one. We've got that ball game for you, both audio and video, if you want to find it. We've also got the hometown scoreboard running as well with updates from all over northern Indiana. That is courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market, another one of our sponsors that have been with us for a number of years. Fly ball, right field.
Trevor Fenter's flying out to right. Quick work made of him by Logan Johnson. Worked ahead, threw a lot of strikes, and then got the fly out.
Mick Wagner on the put out and right for Steve Strayer. 1 down, or 2 down rather.
Comes Caden Crowell, 2 hits on the day to go with his spectacular performance on the mound so far.
I would say he's the leading candidate for our Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero. And a line smash up the middle. He's got 3 base hits today. Going to be real hard to argue, especially if he goes the distance out there.
Yeah, going to be a tough
win.
Going to be a tough argument to make if you're...
Yeah, you drive in the winning run and you throw a shutout. That could get you the superhero award. I believe he did have the first RBI, did he not? Or did I got that wrong? Was that Trent? Who got that?
He did have the first RBI. Gabe Bush had the second RBI. He got that in the second inning. So I know we got some play of the game options that we can talk about throughout the afternoon. And right now, so far, we got a front runner for our superhero of the game.
Good lead over there. Pitch inside.
Logan Johnson trying to do everything he can to be our blue-collar player of the game. Speaking of awards, trying to hold this Valpo lineup at 4 runs right now. You got Adler Holtz, the third baseman for Valpo, up at the plate.
There's a ball left field, pretty well hit. Ehrlich goes back and makes the catch for the second out. Oh, check that, third out of the inning. That's going to do it.
You got no runs on 1 hit in this one.
Our score 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Welcome back, everybody. High school baseball here. The regional championship of Class 4A between Valpo and Crown Point, presented by Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point. Thank you for joining us. 4-0. Valpo leads it here with Jimmy McCormick. I'm Chris Ramirez. We've got Zach Miller and Adam Karchoff here as well. Justin Cole and our sports director, one and only Mike Dewan, the Duke, back in the studios today, running things like the audio broadcast and the hometown scoreboard. We've got, this is the first of 2 games here. We'll have Highland and Andrean next. We are also doing softball today. Crown Point leads that one right now in the 5th inning. If they win, we'll have the championship game for you tonight at 7 o'clock. Crown Point High, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but Crown Point High School, an opportunity to win regionals in both sports today. Quite a year, but of course here they've got their hands full in this one. Go ahead, Jimmy, you were going to say what?
No, yeah, I was just saying Billy Chidsey coming up to the plate here, starting off the bottom of the 4th inning here for the Bulldogs. And yeah, softball's a semi-state. I know that.
That's right. I keep doing that. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yep. They squeeze those mid-game those midweek regionals in on you, and then.
What I should have said was their chance to win a trophy today, another postseason trophy for both teams. But it is. I get that. That is. You're right. It is the semi-state down there, and it's a 2-game. They flipped it again, like they've done here in baseball. Go back just a handful of years. It was you had to win 2 during regionals and 1 during semi-state. They flipped that around. It's a good thing you're working with me today, Jimmy. If I was going solo, none of that stuff would have been corrected at all.
I'm happy to help.
People would be saying, "Does Ramirez know what he's talking about?"
I know they would have been.
They might be saying that anyway, but
they would have been all over your comments on the Region Sports Post.
I'd have had to fire myself after all those mistakes. They ain't perfect, but hey, that's why I hire good people to work for me, so they make me look better than what I actually am.
Now coming to play, catcher.
Crown Point has a base runner. When right now that's just what they need. They need one. They need another one. They need to keep getting base runners. No outs on the bases.
Good matchup here between Crowell, the Notre Dame commit, and Dunlap, the Tennessee commit.
Dunlap's going to Tennessee?
He is committed to Tennessee, yeah.
Well, I wonder what that does for the Matt Santana then from Lake Central. I know thought he was going to be, he's in junior college right now, but I believe with a commitment to Tennessee. Boy, oh boy, with a couple of region catchers both fighting it out down there, perhaps.
Yeah, I know Dunlap's he's only a junior, though, so he's got another year here playing high school before he gets down there.
Ground ball, shortstop, over to second, in time, throw to first, not in time.
The designated hitter, number 27, Jace Horton.
Jace Horton coming to the plate now for Crown Point. He's got their lone hit on the day. Ball 1 to Horton here as Crown Point tries to stay alive in this 4A regional.
Fly ball, center field. Center fielder has it. That's Bush. Hit right at him. Hit well, but right at him for the first out of the inning, a second out of the inning, rather.
Now batting first baseman, number 21, Jackson Alexander.
Boy, Jimmy, if I'd have told you in the fourth inning the line score would be Valpo 4 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error, and Crown Point would be no runs, 1 hit, and 4 errors, you'd tell me I'm crazy, right?
Yeah, just the errors, the 4 errors would be kind of surprising.
That's the biggest number, and it's it's those two. It's the 4 on the scoreboard. You look at the 4 errors, directly correlates to the 4 runs. It's just the kind of game it's been today here for Crown Point, and then Valpo, the beneficiary of all of it. They came here, they played well. They deserve to be in this position, no question about it. Pitch swung on and missed, but you can't deny that Crown Point has given them a lot of help out here today.
No, they definitely have. I know Valpo's kind of, as I said, found a way to put people in position to score, and then Crown Point's kind of aided and helped them in that regard a little bit. But
you look since that pickoff, Jimmy got a runner on first. That kid out there on first is more than 2 feet from the bag.
Yeah,
they're not letting him go anywhere. Steve Strayer's saying, "Do not get picked off."
No, yeah,
he's really not even taking a lead. He's merely stepping off the bag.
Yeah, you can't afford it. Like you said, chasing 4 runs, got to go out there and score.
Yeah, you'll give up that extra step at this point. Top of the fourth was the first inning. Valpo did not score a run. We have time called there. Another late kind of timeout there. Got games on all day. We got the Beavers on today, too. We got the Beavers and Corn Dogs tonight at, 4 o'clock, I believe, something like that.
Jam-packed day of baseball on the Region Sports Network.
Yes, indeed. Swung on and missed. Oilman maybe tonight, too? But all summer long, we've got all the Northwest Indiana teams that are involved in those baseball summer leagues. You can find them on the Region Sports Network. Ground ball back to Caden Crowell. Has it, throws to first in time. And if he's not the superhero of the game, something's going to change from this point on. But he pretty much locked it up for now. We're through 4 complete. It's 4-0 Valpo. We're back after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Have you been to Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and DeMont yet? They have it all, big and small, from sparklers, spinners, and bottle rockets to artillery shells and aerial repeaters. Visit Bada Boom in Lowell and DeMont and choose from hundreds of items, including cakes, fountains, Big Daddy canister shells, and so much more. Put your love for America on full display this 4th of July. Celebrate our nation's independence and style with an assortment of fun and spectacular fireworks from Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and DeMont.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Have you been to Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and DeMont yet? They have it all, big and small, from sparklers, spinners, and bottle rockets, all the way to artillery shells and aerial repeaters. That sounds pretty cool. Visit Bada Boom in Lowell and DeMont and choose from hundreds of items, including cakes, fountains, Big Daddy canister shells, and so much more. Put your love for America on full display this 4th of July. Celebrate our nation's independence and style with an assortment of fun and spectacular fireworks from Bada Boom Fireworks in Lowell and DeMont.
As Chris finishes up the... Oh, man.
Look at this.
Oh, man. as Chris finishes up the ad read, more bad things happening for the Crown Point Bulldogs as Matusak, the Michigan commit playing second base, struggles to field a pop-up.
Here's the replay.
Here's the replay. You guys can see it.
Yeah, look, maybe some miscommunication out there with the right fielder and second baseman. So really, 2-3 different things go wrong on that play for Crown Point. And the leadoff man, instead of being in the dugout with a pop-up to second or to right, is standing at third with nobody out. And it's just the kind of day it's been for both teams.
Yeah, no, really unfortunate turn of events there for Crown Point at the start. I think you get a one pitch out, and then all of a sudden that guy's, like you said, on third base looking to score.
Yep, and now you've got to pull the infield in, which makes it easier for a ground ball to get through, and you could potentially set up a big inning. Woo! Inside on the chin. Boy, if he had whiskers, he got a shave there. The 6th error on the scoreboard. And I guess that's going to be a single and an error? Is that how they're scoring it? They're going to give the benefit of the doubt on the hit? Or?
Yeah, no, they gave him 2 errors on the play, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Or no, because they had them as having 5 errors. I had them down as 4. So, yeah, just 1 error on the play there by, I would assume, just on the drop there.
A play that should have been made, I think, you know, but a tough play nonetheless. It's tough to assume, I think, the out on that, and that's where the error judgment comes in. And you can't just assume a tough play would be made like that on a kind of over-the-shoulder catch.
Yeah.
After a long run. Again, a play he feels, I'm sure, if you ask him, he thinks he should have made. That would be my guess. But I think it was a base hit in that sense. But then they compounded it with the throwing error.
Right. DJ Malloy strikes out. Good job pitching there by Logan Johnston. Bringing up number 9, Drayden Wilcox, the DH. Forgot to mention, he's a North Park football commit. I'd have to check. I'm not sure if that's Division III or Division II. But
I believe it's Division III, and they are a bit of a powerhouse. They've had a pretty storied history over there at North Park College.
Wilcox takes strike 1 on the outside corner. He tried the timeout trick, but was able to...
It drops in. Right in front of the right fielder. Another run scores, an RBI there. Every inning but the 4th, Valpo has scored at least 1 run. I'm impressed with Valpo in the sense that they're really not trying to do too much. They're willing to take whatever Crown Point gives them, which has been a lot.
Yep.
But that, to me, is good, smart baseball. Don't overdo it.
No, absolutely. They've made the most of their opportunities, right? Yep. When they had the error, they got a guy in third base, and Wilcox is able to kind of poke a single out in the right field, and now you got another run. It's unearned, of course, but it's another run that comes across the board.
Yep, they're making Crown Point pay for the errors that they're making.
Yep.
Crown Point's not getting away with them. There is a price to pay, and that's why the score is 5-0. Don't get me wrong; it could be a whole lot worse, but 5-0 is bad enough, especially when you've got a Caden Crowell on the mound that you're trying to face and come back against. That's virtually an impossible task, I think, is where we're at now. Not that it can't be done, but well, I guess impossible will mean it can't be. So we're not going to call it that. It certainly is improbable.
Very tall task ahead of the Crown Point Bulldogs now.
Fly ball. It's going to go right to Noah Ehrlich. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Andrean and Highland coming up next. Highland picking up its a lot of history potentially here today. I mean, Highland picking up their first sectional title in about 25 years. Now they've got an opportunity to win a regional if they haven't done it in a long time. Valpo's looking to win their first regional ever. Andrean looking to win another regional. We've lost track on just how many Dave Pishker has collected over the years. Seems to be kind of an annual occurrence. Fouled off, third base side, little fister.
Quick 0-2 count now to Gabe Bush.
The Valpo side here in front of us feeling about as good as you can feel. And just a few rows over, the people in the red and white feeling just about as bad as you could on a day like today. They've got to feel like they're in a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, they're not.
If you followed Crown Point all year, this isn't them.
No, absolutely.
6 errors. How many? If they had 6 all year?
Yeah, right. I don't know. I know our stats are hidden in here somewhere. I know there's no chance they've had. They're probably.
How many have they had multiple errors in any single game?
Right.
Would be a question.
I would bet they're in the mid to low teens.
I mean, you could really 6 errors. You can ask yourself how many teams all season at any level at local baseball have 6 errors in a game. It's just not something that happens a lot. So, again, for Crown Point, just sort of worst case scenario out here today. Just one of those days where nothing would go right. But it's not even a question nothing would go right. It was just everything was going wrong.
Yeah.
The hitter steps out once time, doesn't get it, takes strike 3 looking.
See, and this is an example, Chris, of fans.
Oh, we've got an argument here now between the manager and the home plate umpire. We'll get back to that. But we're going to go now. It's bottom of the 5th coming up. 5-0. Valpo leads it here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Was out of reach.
All right, we're back out here following that Bada Boom commercial break. Bada Boom, our newest sponsor here with us, and they're going to be with us for hopefully through the 4th of July. Bada Boom Fireworks, they've got stores in Lowell and in DeMott. They are worth the trip, got hundreds of items. They've even got a lot of 50% discount items as well, so you can get yourself a good deal. Bada Boom Fireworks in DeMott and Lowell. All right, we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's been all Valpo so far, 5-0. 6 hits, 1 run to go with those 5 runs. No runs, 1 hit, 6 errors. It almost looks like the scoreboard is like you want to look over at the scorekeeper and say, hey, you got that messed up. It's 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors. But no, that's not the case. It's no runs, 1 hit, and 6 errors. And that's what we have here. It's the kind of game it's been. So, Caden Crowell making his case to be the Lantern Man insurance superhero. That is sponsored by the Crowell Companies. No relation, by the way. A different name altogether. Our sponsor has 1 L. This one has, the pitcher has 2. But whether it was the same name or not wouldn't matter. He's earned it to this point. We're not giving anything away. He has earned it. Pitching a 1-hitter. Has also got 3 hits in the ball game.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can to make sure Valpo wins that first regional title. Here's Mick Wagner, the right fielder for Crown Point, in a 1-2 count.
Ground ball. Third baseman charges. Has it. Double clutches. Throws in time. But wow. A close play. If we've got a replay, we'll take a look. I thought that bobble might cost him. But the first base umpire says no. Let's take a look on the replay here. He cuts the shortstop off. Boy, it's tough to say. It's really tough to say. The umpire will give him the benefit of the doubt, but either way, bang, bang.
Yeah, third baseman Adler Holtz, that's a heck of a play, cutting off Trent Gill and making that throw to first.
Yeah, I just thought it was a little bobble there that might cost him, but apparently it didn't. And that brings up...
looks like we have a pinch hitter here for Linus Charlton. The pinch hitter is number 9, Connor Gaines.
Connor a senior by chance, do we know?
Connor is a sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. Just wondering, a lot of times you see the coaches put in a senior late in the ball game when maybe they feel it's out of reach. Give them one last at-bat. Saw that just last week, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Coach Dreyer just may not have liked Charlton's at-bat.
The matchup,
and, the way it went in his first at-bat in the third inning, so maybe giving the young sophomore here a chance.
Got to try to do something to shake it up, right?
Yeah, Charlton is a senior, and this young man at the plate here is a sophomore, so.
Strike 3, the outcome doesn't change. Crowell with another strikeout in the ball game.
Doing a great job working ahead of hitters and working through the lineup quick. This is the 9-hitter, Brody Langens, and this is only his second time at the plate, and this is potentially could be the last hitter at the bottom of the 5th.
Swung on and missed. 2 out in the inning, nobody on. Valpo in total control right now. Looking to cruise to their first ever regional champion. I mean, just think about that, Jimmy. We have it, according to the IHSA, that Valpo has never won a baseball regional championship, and here they are, and they're kind of coasting to it. You wouldn't think it would be that easy to win your first one, but they just seem to have it right now. It doesn't seem like there's anything that's going to get in their way.
No, it reminds me of the 2010 Morton Governors winning their first football regional, and it was a blowout of the Concord Minutemen, and not a lot of people expected that.
Well, yeah, you expect your first one, you gotta earn it.
Right.
But hey, Valpo in total control here. Strike 3 there. Inning over. We're going to the 6th. 5-0. The Vikings lead it. Back with more on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantail.com or download our app today.
We move now to the top of the 6th as Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point presents the Class 4A Regional Baseball Championship. Our score 5-0 Valpo. They've got 6 hits and an error in the ball game, whereas Crown Point has no runs yet, just 1 hit. And they've committed 6 errors. Really the difference in the ball game right there has been that stat in the that category right there in the stat book, the 6 errors for Crown Point. But it's not over yet. There's still 2 innings to go.
Yeah, 6 outs left. Valpo's got to get 6 more outs.
So if they can get 6 more outs before Crown Point can get 6 more runs, Valpo is going to win their first ever regional baseball championship. 3 balls, no strikes to the leadoff hitter in the inning.
Yep, leadoff hitter for Valpo in the inning is number 2, Trenton Gill. Draws a walk.
A 4-pitch walk at that.
Trevor Fenter's coming up to the plate now. 0 for 3 on the game with he's put the ball in play every time. 2 flyouts to each corner, 1 to each corner outfielder, and a ground out to third.
Quick throw to first, the runner back. Stay tuned after the ball game. We'll have award winners to name. They include the Crowell Company's superhero of the game. That's the big star. We'll have the Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player. And that's kind of the guy with maybe a dirty uniform or a guy that's doing some sacrificing or whatever it may be. A guy giving himself up and doing the little things to make his team a little better on any given day. And today we'll have to figure out who that is. Right now I think our superhero's pretty much in the book. We know who that's going to be. And we've got a pretty good idea narrowing it down in our Ironworkers 395 play of the game as well.
Yeah, gonna be have some spectacular things happen if those things change at this point.
Right. Something crazy would have to happen here in the last 2 innings. But at this point, it's kind of the blue collar player that we're looking for. Who will that be?
Yeah, Trevor Fenters. I don't know if I've been able to mention today. He's an Indiana State baseball commit.
Runner goes, throw down to second, bounces in, not in time, safe down there at second. The batter is out on strikes.
Trent Gill's 29th stolen base on the year. Caden Kroll coming to the plate. Man, I'd put him on.
3 for 3 on the day, right?
God, I'd put him on. There's no way I'd pitch to this kid.
Not only, he's scorched everything he's hit, too.
The 5-0 ball game, you got the base open.
Yeah, you might think walking him would be something they'd consider. But at least at this point, they're going to see what they can do with him. They may not give him too much to hit. Who knows? Or is it maybe just a question of pride? They want to just... I don't know. I'm with you, Jimmy. I was expecting the free pass.
Yeah, and the first pitch was way off the outside corner. Maybe they're going to pitch around him, but you don't see it too often in high school where they pitch around guys. Maybe they will here, but...
Yeah, there's another one that wasn't close.
I think that wastes 4 pitches. I don't know if you intentionally walk without pitching it. I don't know if those 4 go against your count or not. I would bet not, because you don't have to actually throw them.
Right, you don't throw them, right. Yep. And again, asking a high school player to kind of throw outside the strike zone is not really what they're geared to do, right? They're... At this point in their life, they're taught to throw strikes.
Krall took as hard of a hack as he could at that one. I think he was trying to hit that over the Jewel Osco sign out there. I would have said our Powering Indiana sign, but, he's going straight Deadpool there on as a lefty.
That's true.
He was hacking hard at that one.
Yeah, he's definitely looking to hit up there. He's not looking to take a walk this at bat, is he? Yep. He's asking him not to throw around. Don't pitch around.
Yeah, please throw.
Yep, I'll swing it a couple just to get you back in the count here. Just goes the other way with it. Hits it over to short. He is retired for the first time today. Moves the runner over to third now and 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, Trent Gill with some sneaky, crafty little base running there to get over to third.
Our friends at Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point are sponsoring our audio version of the semi-state for softball, which Crown Point has won 3-0 over Fort Wayne Carroll, so they'll advance to the championship game tonight. You can find this on our hometown scoreboard, along with other games from the northern half of the state today. That's courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market.
Congrats to the Lady Bulldogs. Hopefully they can bring home a semi-state title tonight. I know they were able to avenge 2 regular season losses, I believe, to LC when they won the regional.
Fly ball, right field. Right fielder comes over. That's Wagner. He makes the catch to retire the side. No error, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. It remains 5-0 Valpo on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Welcome back in here as Pet Supplies Plus in Crown Point presents the regional championship ball game of the Class 4A between Valpo and Crown Point. 5-0 our score. The Big Green Machine in the lead over the Big Red Machine here today.
Yep, big time performance here by Caden Crowell on the mound for Valpo. He's had a nice day at the plate to go along with it, and Valpo's taking advantage of Crown Point mistakes to jump out to a 5-0 lead here as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
I've always enjoyed doing this weekend's action back in the day at LaPorte when they held it for all those years. It's kind of the capital of baseball in Northwest Indiana, LaPorte High School, Ken Schreiber Field. But I got to say, the atmosphere out here at the Steel Yard is pretty good as well.
Yeah, no, this was awesome as Matustak.
Great play by Crowell. Look at that. Wow. If he wasn't the superhero already, he is now.
That's a nice play to start this inning.
Yeah, if it gets past him, it's probably a single.
Right, definitely.
But it was more just the effort and the ability to pull that off that was really special on that.
Yeah, big time play there by Crowell.
Yeah, I mean, up 5 late in the ball game. There are some pitchers who might let the second baseman handle that. But not Crowell there. He dove onto the ground, made an outstanding play and a good throw. First out of the inning here.
Noah looking to lay down a bunt. That third baseman was pretty far back, so he was trying to sneak one in for a base hit.
Noah Ehrlich, we've talked about the career he's had, both as a football and baseball player in the region. And, wow, it comes down to it here. This could be it for him. You know, this could be his last at-bat, depending on how things go.
Yeah.
Last at-bat, perhaps, as a high school baseball player. What a career he has had.
Be interesting. I got the chance to coach Noah when he was a freshman at Hobart and seeing his first pass, and now I get a chance to see possibly his last baseball at bat. Kind of a wild experience.
How about that? Yeah. 4 years flies by, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does.
At least for us, not for them. And, well, I imagine once it's over, they look back and say, wow, that flew by. When you're going through it, it takes its time, but when it's over, it seems to end quick.
Oh, yeah.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. Noah Ehrlich, the hitter, lefty versus lefty. Woo, just a little bit inside there. The count goes full. Haven't had many of those today, have we? 3-2 counts.
No, not too many.
This might be the first.
I think I might have 1 or 2 in here, but not too many.
Here we go. Ground ball to third. Throw across the diamond, out at first. 5-3 on the put out. That's Holtz over to Fenters. 2 out in the inning.
Here comes Billy Chidsey.
Remember, we've got the hometown scoreboard courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Market running all day on Region Sports, and we're updating the scores as they come in, just like we do with football. So if you want to catch up on stuff, go to Region Sports Nation. We're also on YouTube with that today, I believe. Well, if we aren't, that's a signal back to the studio to get us on YouTube. I think we are, though. I haven't looked yet. We are, Zach? Okay, good. So our audience can find it there as well if you're maybe not a Facebook user or don't have a Facebook account. The nice thing about YouTube is you don't need to have an account. When you announce a game, Jimmy, like this, you always want to see it go down to the last inning, the last at bat if you can, make it as exciting as possible. But this kind of the opposite. This one ended early, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Ground ball, second base, over to first. Safe at first. Good hustle down the line.
That's an infield single for Billy Chidsey. It's good hustle, good effort, and tough play for the second baseman.
Yep, a lot of room to carry, a lot of room to cover there.
Yep.
Just the second hit that we have registered for the Bulldogs. Is that right?
That is correct. That is their second hit. The only other one was the Jace Horton single in the second inning. Crowell has been cruising since the second.
Yeah, long time between base hits. 2 out in the inning. Again, the base runner at first barely with the lead until the pitcher's releasing the ball.
Nowhere you need to really go.
Nope.
You got to beat a play to second, but you're really, I would imagine with Dunlap at the plate, you're not gonna beat much to second base anyways if he hits it hard on the ground to the left side. Crowell ahead of Dunlap now 0-2.
Caden Crowell, the left-hander, heading to Notre Dame next year. Is that what you said earlier, Jim?
That is correct.
How about that? He'll be a member of the Fighting Irish baseball team. Following in the footsteps of Jeff Samardzija. There's a foul ball off the hitter who was in the batter's box at the time.
See how this at-bat finishes now.
2 out in the inning. Popped it up. Foul territory, right side. Going to carry out a play. Just a couple of rows.
Just out of reach of the first baseman there.
Dunlop will get another chance.
Sean's had a really good year, hitting .432, .526 on base. He's hit 6 home runs on the year, 35 RBIs, 18 extra base hits, scored 36 runs. Good year for a highly ranked recruit.
A lot of those in the starting lineup for both teams today. A number of kids will be going on to the next level of their baseball careers when they finish high school. There's a pitch, just misses on the outside.
Yeah, that was out. I know Valpo folks don't like it. That was a good pitch, but it was just off the outside edge.
Here comes the 1-2. High and outside. The count's even at 2-2 now. The smog from those Canadian wildfires seems to have lifted. You can actually see a little bit of the sky now. Line drive, base hit into left. Dunlop with a sharp single. The third hit of the ball game now for the Bulldogs.
Big time hit there by Dunlap to keep the inning alive and keep Bulldog hope alive.
Crown Point does have a little bit of hope left here. Boy, they'd like to dent that scoreboard if they could.
Oh, yeah.
Have they had a runner at second yet?
I think this is their first. Let's take a look. This is the first time they have reached second base.
How about that?
Jace Horton has one of their 2 hits on the day.
Well, if you were making
or 3, I'm sorry. Now they have 3 hits.
Crowell has the signal. There's a pitch over for a strike. Fouled back, 0-2 the count now. Leo Stodaher is coming in next for game 2. That's Highland and the Andrean 59ers. Highland with their first sectional championship title since the Dan Miller era. Of course, it helps to drop down to 3A. There's a pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. The inning is over. No runs, 2 hits. 1 hit.
2 hits.
Two hits.
Right.
Yep.
You were right.
And 2 runners left on base. We're going to the 7th. This is it, folks. 5-0 Valpo here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
.06-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Bada boom, just like that, we're in the 7th inning. Chris Ramirez and Jimmy McCormick with you here at U.S. Steel Yard. Zach Miller and Adam Karchoff along for the ride as well. Mike Dewan and Justin Cole are back in the RSN studios taking care of everything. 5-0 our score. Valpo coming to bat with a big lead. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Valpo. No runs, 3 hits. And the big number, 6 errors for the Crown Point Bulldogs today. But it's not over yet.
Nope. Got to get 3 outs if you're the Valpo Vikings. I'm sure they'd like to add some more runs here if they could.
The old Leo DeRocher saying it ain't over till it's over. And that's baseball. You don't run out of time, you run out of outs. really a shocker of a ball game. I'm not saying it's a shock that Valpo leads 5-0. It's just more or less the way they achieved that 5-0 lead, I think, would be surprising to just about anybody here. Wouldn't you agree, Jimmy?
Yeah, I would agree. A lot of errors that kind of led to some runs, and they've scored 3 of their runs. 2 to 3 of their runs have been earned. I believe 2. I have it as 3, but I'm being a generous scorekeeper for Valpo hitters.
Smash into center. Center fielder comes on and makes the catch. Well, yeah, and regardless of the number of unearned or earned runs in the ball game, I mean, pretty much what Valpo has gotten has been gifted to them one way or another by Crown Point. Just a totally out of character type of ball game for Crown Point. To me, that's the biggest thing.
No, absolutely.
Again, not that it's 5-0. If Valpo's a good team, so that they're winning is not a surprise. It's just, I think, again, I know coming here, I expected this one to go down to the wire. And I figured this one could go extra innings, as a matter of fact. That's how even these teams you can look at and say they are. But Valpo got off to a good start. Crown Point got off to a bad start. And really nothing's changed since then.
Yep.
It's just the way that the game has continued to go.
Yeah, look.
I would guess if you talk to Crown Point 24 hours from now or a week from now, they'll be just as surprised as anybody else that they put a 6 spot up in the errors column.
I would agree.
And when you do that, I mean, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Crown Point's had a great season and one of the best they've had in a long time. So certainly nothing to hang their hat about. But today, likely one they'd rather forget.
No, definitely. Max Ream led off the inning with the fly out to center, and then we got DJ Malloy in a 3-1 count.
Smash in the hole between first and second for a base hit. Jimmy, I don't normally have a hard time picking out a blue collar award winner at the end of the game, but I got to tell you today, it just hasn't been a blue collar kind of game.
No, and it probably the closest one so far has got to be Logan Johnston. He's allowed 1 unearned run, which was, he allowed 1 unearned run, and he did allow the last hitter that Logan Cotton faced to score, which again doesn't get charged to him, but he's pitched really well in relief. Again, surrendering 2 runs, both of which were essentially defined as unearned. So I think he's got to be our top leading candidate for our blue-collar player of the game. But you're right, there hasn't been a whole lot of blue-collarness to this one.
Well, yeah, it just hasn't been that gritty of a ball game. I mean, Valpo got out early, and it just hasn't been that tough on them today. So there's a pitch swung on and missed. So, yeah, I would say probably Johnston. I would agree with you there, but almost by default,
Right.
Because, again, there just hasn't been a lot of, those situations here where...
Yeah, he's been in the grittiest situation of everybody today,
Yep.
and he continues to perform there, racking up another strikeout now on got Wilcox there swinging.
Right fielder number 9, Matt Savannah.
Two out in the inning, runner at first. Valpo with a comfortable 5-0 lead. That pitch misses.
Ball 1 to the 9-hitter, Matt Savanich.
That 5-run lead in baseball, that's sort of like the magic number, isn't it, Jimmy? You can't get beat with 1 hit there.
Yeah, no, it's a nice lead number to have.
Fouled out of play. That'll be over in the parking lot. Did you park over there, Jimmy?
I did. I don't know if they'll...
Yeah, we don't have coverage for that today. I want you to know, if I hadn't mentioned that earlier, if your window gets shattered by a foul ball while you're working, too bad for you. Pitch swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's glove for strike 2. throw over to first, a runner back. Valpo appears to be the school with more fans here, but I don't know. That could be because the outcome maybe is, to some people, already been decided. Could have a few that have checked out. When you're on the winning side, you tend to stay a little longer.
Yeah.
A little bit more enjoyable.
Everybody wants to see the celebration,
Yep.
Chris.
Yep, you don't want to miss that. Yep. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's going to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. This is it. Crown Point needs 5 to tie. 6 will win it for them. We're back with the finish after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Summer just got sweeter at Smoothie King of St. John. Introducing 5 new watermelon smoothies. Power Meal Slim Watermelon, Gut Health Watermelon, Hydration Watermelon, the Activation Recovery Watermelon, and the Extreme Watermelon. All here for a limited time only at Smoothie King of St. John. Open 7 days a week. Smoothie King is conveniently located across from Lake Central High School. Stop in today. Smoothie King of St. John.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
And bada boom, just like that, it's the bottom of the 7th inning. Bada boom fireworks in Lowell and DeMott. Check them out. They've got hundreds and hundreds of items. They've got it all, big and small. Bada boom fireworks in DeMott and Lowell. All right, here it is, Jimmy. 7th inning, bottom half, 5-0. Valpo leads it. Anything less than 5 runs, Crown Point's season is over. Anything more than 5 runs, Valpo's season is over. But that's a tall, tall task against Caden Crowell, who has been outstanding here today. And unless Crown Point puts a 5 spot up or more, Caden Crowell will win the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the ball game.
It's going to be tough for the Bulldogs to knock him out of that spot at this point.
Yep. Great year for Crown Point, 27-4 on the season. But barring a bit of a miracle here, they'll move to 27-5 and call it a year. Swung on and missed, strike 3, 1 down.
Makes quick work of Justin Alexander, the leadoff hitter for the inning for Crown Point. Mick Wagner is our next hitter, the right fielder. He's got a ground out and a strikeout today.
Swung on and missed for strike 1. Fouled out of play over towards 5th Avenue. No balls, 2 strikes. Inside for a ball. Jimmy, if we're going to give Caden Crowell the Lantern Man Superhero of Game Award, what are we going to do for the Iron Workers 395 Play of the Game?
The play of the game, I think Gabe Bush's single in the second inning, his RBI single in the second inning was a good one to kind of put Valpo up 4-0 or 3-0. I'm sorry, at the time. Probably made Valpo feel like they were in really good control at that point and maybe put the game out of reach. And obviously, all they needed was one, which Caden Crowell got on his RBI double early in the game. But I think Gabe Bush getting that 3-run cushion for him is very helpful.
That's the Ironworkers Local 395 play of the game, brought to you by Ironworkers Local 395. Find out how you can become a union iron worker. Visit ironworkers395.com. Ground ball to short, picked up, throws over to first, in time, 2 down. This is it. Valparaiso is 1 out away from winning their first ever regional baseball championship, and the Valpo fans are on their feet. Jimmy, we're about to call history here.
Yep, and Linus Charlton is at the plate trying to prevent that from happening.
Caden Crowell looking to go the distance. Here's the pitch, up high for a ball. Ground ball in the hole. Shortstop reaches down, gets under his glove for a base hit. The 4th of the day for Crown Point, so the inning will continue. And that'll bring up Langens, the center fielder, Brody Langens. Nate Simpson, Gabe Bush, and Matt Savanich are the outfielders left to right. Adler Holtz, Trent Gill, DJ Malloy, and Trevor Fenners are the infielders third to first, with Caden Crowell on the hill and Max Ream behind the plate. 2 out in the inning. Here we go. Valparaiso, 2 strikes away from winning their first ever baseball regional championship. I find myself having trouble even believing I'm saying that.
I know.
But that's according to the IHSA website. Crown Point now down to their last strike. The Valpo fans rise in unison. Crowell with a kick in the pitch. Ground ball down to third. Going to be a close play. A high throw, safe at first. So this one not quite over yet. A couple of infield singles. Well, the first one, I guess, wasn't really an infield single. It got past the shortstop. Probably would have been a base hit anyway.
Yeah, but they're back against the wall. They got a pair of singles there. Valpo looking to get one last out. They had somebody worming in the bullpen. I don't know how close Crowell is on his pitch count. I'd imagine they're only pulling him if he gets to that number at this point.
Yeah, doesn't look like anybody's warming up right now.
This is the most danger he's been in all game here, so I don't imagine that they're going to pull him unless they get...
Right, I'm sure he wants to finish this if he's not anywhere near his pitch. I would imagine whatever the pitch count is, was it 125?
I believe it's 120 or 125. I think it's somewhere up there. I would imagine he's not going,
He's got a whole week to rest.
Yeah, he gets...
So he's not giving up. They're not taking the ball out of his hand until they have to, I would think.
Yeah, no way.
I mean, Crown Point still hasn't scored, and both of those 2 plays, I mean, it's not like they scorched line drives off the wall.
Right.
But Crown Point does have a little bit of hope. Who we got up here, Jimmy?
We got Caden Matusak. Again, the Notre Dame-Michigan matchup at the plate here.
Crowell has the sign from his catcher. Here's the pitch. That's over for a strike, 1-1 to count. If Matusak can reach base safely, the potential tying run would move into the on-deck circle. Check swing just misses down low. 2-1 to count. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th. Here we go. Swung on and missed. 2-2. Once again, Crown Point down to their final swing. Crowell with the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. The ball game is over. And Valpo wins the regional championship for the first time ever.
That's wild to hear coming out of your mouth there, Chris, that this is the first time Valpo's ever won the baseball regional.
Listen to the crowd. It sounds like they're celebrating a first ever championship. They really got into that moment. Now the two teams shake hands. Boy, two completely different feelings out there. One of utter joy and happiness. Your career, your season continues. And the other, it's like worst case scenario. Season over, and for many, career over. At least high school career. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Valparaiso. No runs, 5 hits, and 6 errors for the Crown Point Bulldogs. So Valpo will advance to next week's semi-state in Class 4A with their first ever regional baseball championship. Congratulations to the Vikings. Wow. History made here today. That's going to be a fun picture for them to take down there. All right, Jimmy, let's get to it. We've got some awards.
Yeah, we have some award winners today. Our Crowell Company's superhero of the game is Caden Crowell. He was 3 for 4 on the day at the plate with 1 RBI, 2 doubles, pitched 7 innings, no runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts to lead Valpo to their first ever regional baseball championship. And that is our superhero of the game from Crowell Company.
Crowell Companies have been serving the region since 1964. And they partnered with the Region Sports Network since 2006, and we thank them for their loyalty to our game night coverage. They have offices open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They are the business professionals, and they are proud to recognize the superheroes on the diamond. All right, Jimmy, the Boilermakers Blue Collar Play of the Game brought to us by Local 374. This one a little bit difficult, more in the sense that there just really wasn't a lot of blue collar situations in this particular ball game, but we did find us one.
Yeah, you said play of the game, correct?
Player of the game, blue collar.
Blue collar, my bad. Yep. Our blue-collar player of the game, Logan Johnston, the pitcher for Crown Point that came in relief, pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, 0 earned, gave up 4 hits, had 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. That was probably the grittiest performance by anybody today. That's why it's our blue-collar player of the game, Logan Johnston, the relief pitcher from Crown Point.
And if you've got a blue-collar mentality, you can earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. They have apprenticeship programs. Find them out more at local374.org. All right, last one here, Jimmy. The Ironworkers 395 play of the game.
And the play of the game was the Gabe Bush RBI single in the 2nd inning to push Valpo's lead to 3-0, because you and I both talked earlier. We probably figured 2 runs was going to be enough to win this one. And when Gabe Bush gave Valpo 3, I think that made it incredibly hard on Crown Point. And not to say Crown Point didn't battle and give a chance to come back, but that Gabe Bush single was probably the play that put it out of reach here today.
All right, and I'm going to add an asterisk and one other. The last out of the game, the strikeout there, we're going to throw in as just a side note. Why? Because that's the out that got Valparaiso their first ever regional baseball championship. So congratulations to the Vikings. They are the winner here today. The Ironworkers Local 395 play of the game. Start your future as a union iron worker. Go to ironworkers395.org. All right. That's going to do it here. We've got Game 2 coming up. Leo Stadaher is in the house here. He'll call the Andrean and Highland Class 3A Regional Championship game next. In the meantime, Jimmy and I are going to take a break. Jimmy's going to go downstairs, and he's going to root on his son and the Highland Trojans. Jimmy, thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you sitting in. We had Adam on the camera here. Zach Miller is handling production details. They're going to stick around a while and join Leo for Game 2. I'm Chris Ramirez. I'm going to take off here and get out of the way and let Leo handle it and give you some good play-by-play out here. He'll make a lot fewer mistakes than I will, so you're going to enjoy that broadcast. I guarantee it. So come back here in, what do we got? That's a 5 o'clock start. So about an hour and a half we'll have that one set up, unless they get going earlier. So remember, we've got audio and video. The audio here on Facebook, the video on the IHSAA website. Well, that's going to do it. Valparaiso gets their first ever regional championship victory, 5-0 over Crown Point today. We thank you for watching, everybody. This has been a production of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.